Walk into almost any yoga studio, wellness retreat, or meditation app, and you will hear a familiar vibrating sound. We see it printed on water bottles and hear it hummed after fitness classes. But if we peel back the modern commercial labels, what is actually happening when a person makes that sound? The answer lies in a history that stretches back over 2,000 years. The syllable survived that massive span of time because it never stayed the same. Successive generations of teachers, philosophers, and practitioners constantly adapted it to fit their own needs. Tracing those historical layers reveals the specific, intentional logic behind the sound, a tool for focus that was refined over dozens of generations. To find the earliest recorded use of the sound, we have to look to ancient India, specifically to the oldest sacred text in the region, known as the Vedas. In this era, no one was drawing the symbol on a wall or discussing abstract ideas. It was entirely an act of the body, a highly disciplined physical performance. It belonged exclusively to trained ritual specialists. They used the syllable as a strictly regulated vocal chant while seated around a sacred fire, timing their breath and voice to ensure their ceremonies were performed correctly. It began its life purely as an instrument of authorization. Priests used the vibration to complete a ritual and signal correct execution, keeping the practice tightly controlled within their community. A few centuries later, new collections of texts called the Upanishads emerged. The thinkers behind these texts shifted attention away from the external flames of the fire pit, focusing instead on the internal workings of the human mind. They took the established sound of the ritual chant and gave it an entirely new job. They turned the syllable into a detailed map of human consciousness. They divided the sound into three phonetic parts: a, u, and m. A maps to the waking state. U represents active dreams. The final m links to deep sleep. The resulting silence maps to the reality behind all physical states. Through this specific textual reinterpretation, an action meant for a physical ceremony was rebuilt into an enduring framework for understanding human psychology. As the timeline continued forward into ancient yoga traditions, the syllable shifted again. It moved from a theoretical map of the mind into a practical daily exercise. In early texts guiding solitary meditation, writers described the sound as a bow. The practitioner's wandering mind was the arrow. Drawing the bow and sounding the syllable was a method to aim all of their scattered attention directly at a single target. To make sure this technique actually worked, generations of teachers fiercely protected the exact pronunciation and timing of the chant, passing it down from person to person through rigorous oral training. By treating the sound as a precise mental instrument and insisting on exact repetition, these dedicated communities ensured the practice survived across centuries. By the 20th century, these traditions began a massive geographical migration. As the practice arrived in the West and caught the attention of global figures, the sound was steadily detached from its strict religious training and turned into a highly portable icon. That widespread popularity eventually moved the chant out of spiritual centers entirely, placing it into modern biomedical laboratories, where researchers wanted to measure what happens to the body during the practice. This chart shows the results. When researchers tracked participants chanting, heightened frequencies smoothed into a steady rhythm, calming the body's stress response. Yet, while clinical data gives physiological insight, science can record a physical reaction, but it cannot measure a symbol's meaning. Today, the syllable exists in a complex dual reality. It operates as a clinically effective technique for physical relaxation, while simultaneously circulating as a heavily commercialized wellness asset. Looking at the full timeline provides a remarkably clear case study of how humans use sound to make sense of the universe around them. It serves as a single continuous thread. It connects the strict fire rituals of ancient India to detailed philosophical maps of the mind, leading directly to modern laboratories studying well-being. When you hear that familiar sound today, you are hearing over 2 millennia of human adaptation, echoing in a single breath.